Yay! Hello, 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 Jerry. Hello. As you might notice, I am Burlingsbeard. I am Ken Breeze. I am running this game for you out there because I love you. But what you might also notice is that we're down a few players, which is okay. Life gets in the way. People show up late sometimes, and you just got to roll with it. And so we're gonna roll with it. You might also notice a third thing, which is that we have a new player with us, which we're very, very happy to have. And we're very happy to have all of you here with us as well. So thank you for joining us on Twitch, or if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely appreciate you as well. And welcome to the Secrets of Hammerfast mini campaign. Yay! We're back, third episode. Yay! Yay! Awesome. So we have been playing D&D 5th edition. We are going back. We're looking back at fourth edition materials, fourth edition content that we're really into. And so we've been playing in the Nentir Vale, if you're familiar with it. You might have some memories of it. Who knows? I hope you do. And if you don't, let's build some together, shan't we? Yeah, you love that. Don't pretend. And so, I am cheesy. I am cheesy. I am the cheese master.
Cheesy breezy.
Thanks for
Being
that.
cheesy, being cheesy.
That's very true. But what is amazing is that I have some awesome players with me, as you guys might be able to tell. And I will ask them to introduce themselves now, as well as their characters. Durak, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Hey.
back, Finley. We love to have you here. You're amazing. What can you tell
Aw,
us about Durak?
so are you.
Oh, thanks.
Amazing, that is.
Thanks.
That's right. My name is Finley. Hello. I am playing Durak, the Furbolg Druid. Um, he's just real happy to be along in this adventure. He's like 7.5 feet tall, and his head is literally and figuratively in the clouds a lot of the time. Um, he is hot on the heels of a quest given to him by the village elders back home.
That's true.
Um, and he's very hopeful that he's going to be making some headway on that soon, and making some more critter and plant friends while he's at it.
What is the quest? Can you reveal that to us?
Yeah. His village elders told him that he needed to go out into the world in search of the ancient Furbolg hero, sort of like quasi deity, Gedfidek, um, sort of a mystical being shrouded in the, you know, mists of history.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Mysterious,
very,
mysterious
very
god, mysterious primal force,
nebulous, hard to
nebulous,
track down, but
very
useful.
difficult, very difficult. Also, the chat has already given you a nickname, Horse Whisperer. Oh, because what? I mean, you were whispering to some horses
I
last time.
was. I was
That's
like,
for sure. That's for sure. There was a really awesome horse that we met last time.
oh my god, that horse is so nice.
That horse was pretty dope. It was a pretty dope
So
horse.
nice. The nicest.
It was nice. I'm not gonna lie. I was a. If you haven't watched episode 2, I definitely encourage you to do that because there was some real D&D going on. Peak
Hmm.
D&D, one might call
I
it.
had no idea. I learned for the very first time. That's funny enough.
Anyways, that being said, let me introduce our next player. A good friend of mine, an amazing performer. This is Pat, who's playing Snorri for us. Hi, Pat. Welcome to Secrets of
Hello.
Hammerfast.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to hammer fast.
Get
Um,
hammered. Hashtag get hammered.
Hashtag get hammered. Uh, yeah, so hi everybody. I'm Pat. I'm playing Snorri Hamfist.
Yes.
Snorri is a wizard dwarf.
Yep.
Snorri is a young and brisk 62 years old.
Mm.
Um, he the thing about Snorri is he's just wants to help. He wants to help everybody he can, and
Yep.
I think he's a little naive in that fact. He wants to help almost to a fault. He will explain things to people. some people may take that as like holier than thou, smarter than you. I'm explaining this to you, but he genuinely does want people to understand everything that he has learned, and genuinely he's curious about books, about how the world works, and I think that's what really got him into being a wizard. He just needed to know the makeup of everything, and kind of discovered wizardry through that point.
And what specific magic has he focused in?
So Snorri uh, chose the school of divination.
Ooh, a diviner, in fact. Good to know. Good to know. Well, last time on Secrets of Hammerfast, the party arrived at Hammerfast and was able to gain entrance after going through the bureaucracy of tax collectors and gate guards and the Hall of Justice, where they tried to get their deed authenticated, but found out they needed to find a sponsor and go through all this shit. They left all that behind and decided to talk to a horse, which was very rewarding. They also orc stuff. Thank you, Mordecai, for reminding me. There was some sweet orc stuff going on last session. The orc stuff was very interesting because Hammerfast, as you guys know, in the past, centuries ago, was a dwarven necropolis where the dwarves buried their dead and buried large amounts of treasure with the dwarven dead. Because of this, Hammerfast became a target of opportunity for an orcish warband, a great warband that descended upon Hammerfast and destroyed it, sacked it, and attempted to then pillage all of the tombs. But the tombs were so well guarded by magic, mundane traps, and guardians to some degree that many of the orcs were slain, and after a short while they quit Hammerfast because they weren't able to actually get anything else out of it except more death. And so Hammerfast was abandoned for some time until dwarves returned to it, fortified it, and made it into one of their larger cities that exists here in the Nentir Vale. Additionally, oddly enough, many ghosts from that battle between the dwarves and the orcs have remained and lingered on in Hammerfast. So there are many orcs and dwarven spirits that exist in Hammerfast. And additionally, the ruling council of Hammerfast has granted these spirits full rights as citizens. So any spirit that is in Hammerfast is a citizen of the city, just like any living person. They all share the dwelling together, which has made for some very interesting things happening in Hammerfast. That being said, the most interesting thing maybe last time was this awesome horse that the group met and talked to. Horse whispered to. And after that, they went to go seek out their contact here in Hammerfast, known as Glitterdark, the lore master. And so that is where we find ourselves. We viewers, you are now obviously seeing the lore spire of Hammerfast. I will help out with that view a little bit so we can all see it a little bit better. And players, you will also be finding your view changing very soon as we get off and running. You guys have basically traveled to the great library of Hammerfast, where you are seeking Glitterdark, the lore master. The Great Library is an ancient place. It's a single story. It's sort of pantheonic. It has sort of a Greek columns vibe to it. And as you guys sort of stuck your nose in there, sticking your sort of looking in there, you were able to see that there was a very, very short and very cross red bearded dwarf. And you are able to see that this dwarf had a sort of pile of books at his feet, and he had been throwing these tomes around and yelling about how nothing matters. You also were able to notice that this very short dwarf with the red beard has a bald head, and that it seems like he normally wears a very, very tall hat that is very ostentatious as the robes that he is wearing. But that large hat is on the floor beside him. You think that the hat is probably half as tall as he is. It's a very tall, large hat that it seems like he normally wears. That seems to have been tailored to fit the robes that he is wearing now. The robes that he is wearing are sort of a plum color, as is the hat, though they all have golden filigree threading in them. He's also wearing what looked like Birkenstocks. He's wearing like Birkenstock type sandals. Like I said, he's really short. He's got a really fiery red beard, and he's bald. And he was yelling at you guys. And he was yelling, "Nothing matters." And when you asked him what was wrong, he told you that there was a ghost, a spirit, that was rearranging his library. At this point, Darak, you are inside and the library vestibule. Your compatriots, Kerjak and Alaron, are outside, and it seems as if the doors have shut behind you of their own volition. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Yeah, what are you doing right now?
I'm extremely consternated and alarmed. This is not Durak's preferred state of being. Alone without his, like, mediators in a room full of knowledge. This is very confusing.
Indeed, indeed. It is confusing. And players, I'm actually going to move you to our next map, wherein you might be able to see the library a little bit better. In fact, I'm hoping everyone will be able to see it a little bit better. As we sort of focus in on this arcane library that you've walked into. You're basically from the vestibule seeing exactly what's on your screen at this point. A well-appointed library, what looks to be some sort of grand library, maybe an arcane library because of the weird orb that is sort of in the background. And the pile of books and the dwarf are not pictured here, obviously, but they're before you, and this is behind them, effectively. And so this red-bearded dwarf is looking at you, Darak, and pointing up in a general direction, saying, "This damn spirit is rearranging my library!"
Do I see a spirit or any evidence thereof?
Make a perception check, please.
Sure.
Awesome.
12 total.
12 total. Yeah, you can see a little bit further on, deeper into the library. It looks like you see a single tome floating in the air. It does seem to be floating towards your general direction.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna reach down and, sort of pick up his hat by way of a friendly greeting. Say, well, I don't see a ghost, but is that book the ghost?
This is just too much. It's too much. He's doing this all the time, every day, every week. I can't stand it anymore. And he says, "A book? Where? What book?" Here's a book. Here's a book. He starts picking up all the books in the pile in front of him and throwing them around. It doesn't matter anymore.
I'm sorry, sir. You please calm down. Who? My name is Darak. Who are you?
Make a persuasion check, please, Durak.
Oh. Okay. 11?
A lemon? Awesome.
It's always funny.
Oh, it's always good. He does pause for a second and sort of is taken aback, and he says, "I'm the headmaster, Alzar.
Owls?
Alzar is my name."
Ow. Oh. Okay. Alzar, I'm sorry. I haven't heard of you, but you seem very upset. Can I help you in some way?
He says, "Yeah, you can help me get rid of this ghost. Get out of this damn spirit. Get out of here." And it's at that point that you do sort of start to see something materializing around the book that you saw floating that's moving towards you. It looks like it is a dwarven spirit. It looks like the spirit of maybe a sage or some sort of scholar. They're wearing spectacles. They are obviously dressed in like scholarly robes. And they seem to be sort of holding this book, and they're floating. You don't see any legs on them. It's just their upper torso, basically. And it also looks like that the spectacles are on some sort of chain that sort of connects to their shoulders, something like that. The spectral chain continues to endure, apparently. And so that's sort of what you see sort of coming at you with this dwarven spirit.
So, well, so I am like a little bit just sort of innately magical.
Yeah.
Do I know anything about like this kind of ghost or?
Yeah. Make a religion check.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's religion, this is not going to go well. But
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Hey!
-1.
Hey!
No idea.
0! A big goose egg. We love it. Yeah, you're not really sure about ghosts or what they're about, but it's definitely a spirit, and it's in front of you. You know it's undead. That's for sure. It is a spirit that lingered on.
You know, looks okay.
Make an insight check. Make an insight check as the spirit resolves, and you're seeing its spectacles and its scholarly garb. It's obviously a dwarf. It has a very well manicured. It looks like in life it was a very well oiled beard. It actually is like two like almost like columns, like they use curling irons to make two big sort of curls coming off. And so it looks very oiled and well manicured. Everything above the beard is trimmed very, very, very short, and it's just like these big beard sort of columns coming off the chin. Yeah.
Okay, so I think as you know, Durak is a big beard fan.
He is. His beard is amazing. He has an amazing beard himself.
He is inclined to be cordial. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Ghost?
What'd you get on your insight check?
Oh, I got a 15.
Oh, great. The ghost doesn't say anything to you, but he holds out the book towards you. He's getting closer and closer and closer. You're 15. You get the sense that this ghost is very mischievous. He has a look on his face that is a very mischievous look. He looks like he is here to make trouble and have fun doing it. He is a troublemaker. But you also get the sense that he is not malicious. That he is not dangerous. He seems more like a pest.
So, Durak is going to reach out his hand for the book, and then sort of like pull like a, magic uncle kind of move, and like reach behind his ear, or like maybe reach into his beard actually, and start just like pulling out a little vine.
No, okay.
Or just like, using his druid craft, just be like little pea shoot that is much longer than any pea shoot should be.
Right.
Like,
Alzar, the headmaster, is continuing to sort of gawk at this and saying, "That's him right there. That's Charon the Mad. That's him."
So Charon? What's he so mad about?
He's crazy. I don't know. Well, you can't tell anything about these spirits, but I can't get rid of him legally. But maybe you can. Who knows?
Oh, I wish he'd stop yelling. So I'm just gonna just keep. I don't know if my magic trick impressed him, but
You get the sense that that the ghost who you're looking at is definitely enjoying the interplay between the two of you, whereas the live dwarf might not be. The door opens up behind you, Duroc, and you see Alaron stumbling into the library. Alaron, you and Kerjak had sort of split ways out front of the library as Kerjak went around the back to try and find an entryway there, and you had continued to push on these doors to the library that had closed in front of you. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want to describe your character for us?
Alaron is a brown-skinned elf, half-elf, sorry. He's lithe, rather tall for an elf. He's wearing leathers, and he's equipped with a rapier and a crossbow, which he doesn't use very often. He has some tattoos, and he's currently a little flustered.
Makes sense, yeah. As you stumble in and you sort of see the scene before you where it is obviously Duroc as being confronted by this very sort of short head librarian dwarf. He has you're noticing that the dwarf is very short. He has a big red beard, a fiery red beard, and he also apparently has a very large, almost half his size large hat that he's now putting on his bald head, and it's just huge, sitting on top of his head now. And he's sort of pointing at this spirit, the spectral dwarf, which you're seeing, that has scholarly robes on and spectacles with a little chain that goes sort of down to his shoulder. And he seems to be carrying a physical book that he is about to hand to Duroc. And Duroc, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
19.
That is great. As he drops the book, you are able to catch it, and it sort of flings open. And as it flings open, you can see that you're catching basically it sort of in both hands. So the spine is sort of open, if that makes any sense. And you can see to you, it looks like a. You don't read or speak Dwarven? It's written in Dwarven, so you can see that it has Dwarven runes imprinted on the front and back, and it looks like something falls out as it sort of opens. All the pages fly open, and what falls out seems to be a tiny gem that both you and Alaron are looking at. And as that gem falls to the ground, it shatters. It seems to be this bluish sapphire color, and as it shatters, a weird sort of purplish, bluish mist begins to form where it shattered. And out of that mist, another spirit begins to form. That spirit, I'll let you describe for us, Pat.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of lag there. Snorri sort of pours out of this crystal, seeping through and almost like clawing his way through the broken crystal, and sort of lets out this deep sigh and sees everybody around him and just goes, oh, hello. Who are you?
Was that the, looking at the dwarf, Alaron is perplexed. What's going on here?
I'm so sorry. I really, really tried to help. I was doing a magic trick, and he's mad and he's mad, but I think they're mad for different reasons. And we were just picking up the books, and I'm so glad you're here.
You're not. I don't recognize any of you. Where am I?
the the what's this place? I forget what it's called. The book house.
You're in the. Is this Belgian Youngbeard? I'm assuming.
No, you're looking at a ghost that came out of this gem that you haven't seen before. There's a red bearded dwarf who's live here, who is the headmaster of the library. He seems to be gawking at what's happening. He's very surprised at this development, though it seems as if his face is about to turn as red as his beard. He seems to be having a real strong reaction to what's going on. The other spirit who's here, who dropped the book into Durock's hands, is sort of also perplexed and sort of, but also sort of laughing and tittering as they sort of float away from this scene.
We never learned his name, I don't think.
Let's start from introductions. Durock. I see our dwarven friend here doesn't seem to be very pleased. Perhaps I can provide some information so that he's not as angry or confused. My name is Alon.
This new one, he's not mad. The other one was mad, but I think but not the kind of mad where you want to punch, the one where you want to tell jokes. But yeah, no, we should introduce ourselves. Good idea.
Sorry. I'll begin. I'm Alaron. Let's start with you, Spirit, man.
Hello, Aileron. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet both of you. It's been, from what I can tell, a while since I've met anybody. My name is Snorri. Snorri Hammerfast.
All right. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. How did you? Do you want to tell everyone how you might have gotten trapped in that gem?
There was a gem, and Snorri sort of turns around and looks around to see what you're talking about. I don't know what you're referring to.
Where were you until just now?
I mean, I was in this. I thought I was taking a nap. I was taking a nice, quiet nap, dreaming about some nice, pretty music. Before now, I was just in my mentor's tower. I was working with him.
Oh.
And your mentor is?
My mentor, Dalrock.
That sounds like me, but I know it can't be because I don't have a tower.
It's Dal, D-A-L-R-O-K.
This is a very strange coincidence, but I don't think that's you, Durock.
Oh. Similar though.
The red-bearded dwarf is sputtering and going, now there's two of them! And he says, this is too much! And he calls out, Shaksa! It seems as if you should all make an Arcana check, please.
14.
Nice. What'd you get, Snorri?
19.
Nice roll. And a 1 for Aileron. Aileron, it sounds like a curse or something like that. Durock, you're very sure that this is some sort of magical word, like he's saying a command word of some type. Snorri, you're very familiar with this type of command word. It's a command word that Arcane... it's an arcane command word that can be used to activate stone guardians or guardians of some type. And it's, as you sort of realize that, you all see sort of flying down or detaching from the ceiling where you hadn't really seen them before, what looks to be some sort of stone creature. The creature is shaped like a dwarf, but it has wings. And it also seems to have large claws and sort of weird horns coming out of its head. Looks like a cross between like a devil and a dwarf, oddly enough. And it is flying down, descending from the ceiling. And we should all roll initiative.
Okay.
All right. Since you're laughing, Snorri, I guess I'll ask you first. What's your initiative?
1.
Mighty one. A mighty one. Very
Starting
good.
off strong.
Mm-hmm. And how? And how about for you, Aileron?
I got a 17.
17. And Durak.
15.
Nice roll. All right. Aileron, you go first. You can definitely see that this rock creature is making its way towards you. It definitely looks like it's made out of rock. And you can see that the ghosts, who is sort of tittering and laughing, the sort of troublemaker ghost, is nowhere to be seen at this point. They've sort of faded away. And the red-bearded dwarf is also backing up, sort of trying to get clear of what is about to go down. As he's sort of pointing at Snorri and saying, "Ah, him!
First, I'm gonna scream out to Durak. I thought you said there was no punching anger.
Oh no, the other one.
Uh,
I said
Dwarf, I just got here. Can we talk before you try to strike me?
This is the angry one. This,
He seems like he's having a bad day.
I brandish my weapons and I fire off a crossbow at one of the guardians.
There's only one,
Good.
and you can definitely see the stone guardian floating down or descending, as it were, almost plummeting at this point. Actually, they're trying to come pretty quickly at you, almost like a charge, as it were. And yeah, they're flying right at you. But you have initiative on them, and you load your crossbow, and you're able to fire it. Go ahead and make your attack.
9.
Total is no good. As you just your crossbow bolt sort of goes not even wide. You're sort of on the money. It just sort of swoops out of the way very quickly as it recognizes what you're about to do. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Aileron?
No.
All right, Durak, it's your go.
Okay, so this thing is still airborne?
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably about, I don't know. Let's just say, for example, that it is, I don't know, probably like 40 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. I think what I'm gonna do is I guess I'm gonna use produce flame.
Yep.
And flame it.
Go ahead and make your attack. What color is your flame?
It's green.
It is.
Obviously,
Ooh.
like trees.
Green flame.
Green flame.
We like that.
Alright, sorry, we didn't kill anything last time, or try to. Ooh, okay, how about a 14?
Sweet. And thanks, Tommy, for letting me know that my mic is a little too loud. I really appreciate that. Never fate, always there for me. Let me know how the sound sounds now, you guys. 14 is a success. How much damage do you do?
Let me tell you.
Please.
It's gonna do 3 big points of damage.
That's a start. It's non-zero.
I am going to use a minor action again. Like, let me just. Oh, sorry, a bonus action.
Yep.
5th edition. I'm gonna use a bonus action to disappear.
Yep, you turn invisible as you disappear. Furbogs are known for their secrecy. They're never seen, and you guys are getting a first-hand knowledge of why that may be. They're very rare.
Sort of like, while I'm invisible, I'll use my movement to just kind of like creep in its direction.
Okay, cool. Yeah, your flame sort of strikes it in one of its wings, basically, and sort of chars the stone a little bit as it's like flying directly down towards you, Snorri, and it's going to try and claw you, as a matter of fact. And it's gonna hit an armor class of 21, which is definitely gonna hit you. But you're a ghost, so its claw sort of goes right through you, and I'll half the damage for you since it's not able to damage you fully. And you take 2 points of damage as it sort of claws through your spectral form. Ah!
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It has a dwarf face as well with an etched beard on it, an etched mustache. But again, it has like fangs and it has claws and wings and horns. It's a very intimidating looking statue that is now gone live. Snorri, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I think he gets clawed at. Snorri just goes, I don't understand what that was, but you need to chill out. And I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter on it.
Cool. So as you go to cast Hideous Laughter, you realize that you do not have any material components that are needed to cast this spell. You are a ghost. You know the words, you know the movements, but the actual components that you would need, the feather and the pastries that are normally used in this spell, you do not have. You do not have your arcane focus, your wand, your staff, or your orb either. So being able to cast a spell without the material components is a non-starter, and you realize that as you begin to sort of go into the motions of this. You can make a perception check if you would like, and we'll see what that tells us.
That is a 10.
Nice, yeah. I would say on sort of the side of the room there looks to be like a sort of a table or an end table with a plush chair around it where someone might read. But it does look like there is oddly enough, it does look like there's a plate with some pastries on it over there, some tarts, as a matter of fact. But you realize that unless you find an arcane focus, an orb, a wand, or a stave, or you find the actual material components for the spell, or any spell that you might want to cast, you're sort of shit out of luck. The only spells that you know that do not require any material components to cast are Mold Earth, Charm Person, Detect Magic. Everything else that you have needs a material component or arcane focus. Yeah, so you're realizing that your wizardry powers are sort of not at their best right now. What would you like to do?
I guess I will use my movement to go towards the. I'll go towards the pastries and hope that I can rummage through in there and see if there's
Totally. As
anything else.
it's a weird thing. You're a ghost, and you basically move through the stone guardian creature that's clawing at you, and it does claw at you again, even as you move through it, and you take another 2 points of damage. But you are able to move directly through it, and past it towards the pastries. And you definitely see that there, it looks like there's not only a tart, but it looks like from the plush chair, it looks like a little piece of down is sticking out of one of the cushions. And you realize for the Hideous Laughter spell, you need a feather and you need some pastries or a tart. And you have found both those things, oddly enough. And you have both those things it's a weird feeling as an incorporeal creature to try and pick up corporeal things. And so you, being a ghost, a bored ghost perhaps, uh, you, you also grab those things. And you have them now. But that's the end of your turn, unfortunately.
All right.
And Alaron, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Are they on the ground?
They are. They're sort of hovering above the ground, 2 feet or so, but yes.
I'm going to charge the nearest one.
There's only one.
You keep telling me that.
I do, and that's fine. And so you do charge the stone guardian that is there with your rapier. Go ahead and make your attack, please.
13.
13 is not a success, unfortunately. Its armor class is 14, so that is no good. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Sob.
All right, you sob. Durak, what's good?
Okay, so, it is the start of my turn, so I now wink back into existence.
Very close to where the creature is, yes. Yeah, the ghost.
But what I'd actually like to be close to is, sort of, if you drew a direct line between the creature and the wall.
Yeah.
I would like to be standing by the wall.
Okay, totally.
Where I am. So, whoop, I appear. And I'm only visible for like a fraction of a second before I'm not there anymore because I have been replaced by a large spider.
Whoa!
Um,
Can you describe what this transformation looks like?
I'm afraid of spiders.
I'm more meant. Is there like a puff of magic?
Oh,
Is it like
yes.
were spider style where your like body contorts and changes, or
Yeah,
how?
like
What's the trans?
metaphorical
Yeah,
spider transformation.
what's the
No,
transformation like?
I'm imagining it kind of like an Animorphs cover,
Okay, I love it. Yeah, yeah.
where like it's it's really uncanny. Like, you know, based on like watching Durak change into a spider, you really come to see that these two beings are similar. Um, like the transformation is so seamless that you can't really understand how they were different in the first place.
So you're telling me the
Um,
spider has a red beard?
no, it doesn't. But
Okay.
if you look in just the right way, you could see how it could.
Okay, I love it.
Like it definitely has 8 legs. Durak doesn't. Like they're definitely different, but you, it's weird. They're definitely the same being,
Yep.
but in different forms. Anyway, yes, it's like a large, enormous, sort of gray brown.
Yeah,
Spider.
you're as big as the horse that you guys talked to last time.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big giant spider.
Yeah. And that spider is just gonna kind of go. I'm actually gonna put my hand away. Creeping myself out. That spider's just gonna crawl right up the wall.
Yeah, you're climbing up like bookshelves, and you climb past the bookshelves to get to the stone wall, and you're sticking to the stone wall now as you've turned into a spider and climbed up the side of it. The red.
And
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, no, please.
Oh, well. And what I was just gonna say is, from up on the wall, I'd like to try to get this critter with a web.
Awesome. The ghost you're talking about, or no, excuse me, the stone guardian. Yep. Go ahead and make your attack.
Please work. Please work. No. Up to 12.
12 is no good as you spit some webbing at it, and it sort of leaps out of the way as the web sticks to the ground of the library. The red bearded dwarf is going, ah, wah, wah, wah! He's totally freaking out at this point. And he's screaming at you guys like, ah, no, get rid of these spirits, no! Too many! And it's your turn, Stone Guardian. And I think the Stone Guardian is going to attempt to claw you, Alaron. He'll hit an armor class of not enough, but that's when he tries to bite you as well, getting an armor class of 19 and doing 5 points of damage to you as he bites you in the shoulder with his pointy, pinty. 5 points of damage as he bites into you. Arf! And he's sort of flapping around you, trying to claw you. He's bit you in the shoulder. He's sort of flying sort of near you. He's floating effectively. His wings are sort of beating around you. Its wings rather. It's not a he. You don't get this. Well, you don't know what this thing is, but it seems like it's like made out of stone. It doesn't look like it's living. It doesn't look like it's undead like the ghost either. And it is your turn, Snorri. What would you like to do? This time.
Pick up those tarts and have I feel like they float sort of partially through his hand. And Snorri's just gonna go, all right, we're doing this again. You need to laugh today. And now I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter.
Indeed you are. Can you please describe what your magic looks like for us?
Snorri's still getting used to his ethereal form, is sort of just actually looking at the tarts falling partially into his hand.
Yeah.
And whispers the words to it with the components setting on his hands, and I feel like the feather flies out and sort of tickles the thing under its nose like in a cartoon.
Nice. Yes. And what type of saving throw is this? Is it wisdom? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And what's your saving throw? Is it 13, if I remember correctly?
It is.
I fail this roll as this creature begins to It's like a Mugsley laugh, where it's like, like it doesn't have lungs. Like it's like a weird rasping laugh as it just sort of collapses on the ground, and its wings are flailing, its arms and legs are flailing. Alaron, you recognize this spell very clearly. You were under its effects by the the Nilbogs during our first session. Check out that first session if you get a chance, viewers. It's amazing. And thanks for tuning in. I'm Burlingsbeard, and this is the crew. We're playing Secrets of Hammerfast. And it is your turn, Alaron. What would you like to do? The creature is prone in front of you.
Oh, does that mean I have to...
In fact, it does. You do have advantage to strike prone creatures. That's true.
Then I will try to stab it while it's on the ground.
Go ahead. And correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, but once it's attacked, it gets another save, I think. Isn't that right?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Cool. What'd you get on your roll, Alaron?
I got an 18.
Success. Mad success. How much damage?
Nice. That's 13 damage.
13. You get the sense that your weapon is being blunted somehow, as if this creature resists what you're doing to it, just by the very existence of its skin. Why don't you make a nature or arcana check? That's up to you.
I'll make a nature check.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not bad.
Great.
That's a 17.
Awesome. You think that this creature is elemental type of creature. Like it's almost like not exactly an automaton, but it is definitely a stone guardian that has been summoned from elemental stone somehow. That being the case, you think that it probably has resistance to non-magical attacks, especially non-magical weapons. And so that your weapon is doing less damage than it might normally do. You also get the sense that this creature is probably immune to poison because of its elemental nature. It's made out of stone. It just can't be hurt by poison. And that's sort of what you know as you're stabbing into it and realizing that you're not doing as much damage as you might normally do. Durak, it is your turn. Spider Durak, excuse me. Spider Durak, as you're being now called on the chat.
Yes, Spider Drop. So
I like Spydrock.
Hustle down there. And I'm going to attempt to bite this.
Yeah, you definitely are able to hustle over there and go ahead and make your attack as you attempt to bite the stone creature.
All right, and do I get immunity? Sorry, not immunity. Advantage as well.
You do because it is on the ground. That's true. Yep.
Okay, that's not so good. Oh, that's much better. Math 23.
23, totally success. How much damage do you do?
10.
10.
Damages.
Awesome. You feel like your bite is doing less damage than it might normally do, as if this creature's stony exterior is thwarting you, and you're not able to get to its chewy underbelly.
And it doesn't have to make the con save for the poison.
It is immune to poison. So yes, you are injecting poison into it so awesomely, and it's just like water off a duck's back. It's just like sort of in rivulets just falling off of this thing, sliding off of its skin.
Definitely thought you said riblets.
Yeah, riblets too. Also that.
Poison riblets.
Poison riblets. Take it to the bank, everybody. Poison riblets.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. Yep. So that's going on. Spider Durak goes over, tries to bite it. Is not able to poison it. It tries to laugh more, and continues to laugh more. It's made 3 saves now. 4 saves technically. Failed them all. And it's your turn, Snorri. The creature is laughing. It's a weird laugh. It is a weird, creepy, non-lung laugh.
So Snorri's gonna look around for more components.
Which spell is he wanting to cast?
Well, here's the thing.
Here, tell me the thing.
I don't think I'm gonna cast a spell. Does Snorri still have his quarterstaff?
I think that you would have a spectral quarterstaff if that's something you would like to manifest. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So He's gonna look through his pockets to see if he has anything else, and just reach for his quarterstaff that he has like across his back, and take that and use his movement and try to jab the thing in the neck.
Cool. Go ahead and make your attack. You have advantage because it's prone.
Cool. That is an 18.
Success. Go ahead and roll your damage.
4 damage.
Very good. It seems as if it's like you just stick it in it and are sort of like stirring it around oddly. You get the sense that your spectral staff is doing less damage than it might normally do, but you're definitely hurting it, or because it wakes up out of the laughter and just like bolts upright, like it just sits right up, and it just starts like hissing at you guys. As if it's just really unhappy with what's going on. And it's your turn, Aileron. It is still prone, technically. It is right in front of you and your friends. Yeah, it's doing its thing.
I'm going to try to slash at its eyes while it's down on the floor.
Nice. Go ahead and make your attack.
Is a 19.
Success.
Cool. Then I will do 14 damage.
Cool. You definitely, again, get the sense that you're doing less damage than you might normally do.
I'm doing damage.
Yep, but that being the case, you definitely do damage it as you basically score into sort of its belly, and the point of your rapier scrapes across its sort of midsection, leaving a gash, sort of a deep sort of line in the stone. Anything else you want to do, Aileron?
I'm just going to scream to everyone that only magical weapons will have any effect on this creature.
Cool. Durak.
It's still laughing hysterically, right?
It's stopped, but it's on the ground still. You think it's going to get up very soon.
Then I'm going to since it stopped laughing though, I'm gonna try to hit it with the web again.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. You technically have advantage because it is prone.
Well, okay, so I got an 18 and 15. So 18.
Both successes. What happens next?
So I think I can only make one action. So it just I like put my butt on it.
Yeah, you do.
Just like bleh.
You show it that carapace. You show it. You wiggle that carapace at it. That's right.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And horrible. And should not be.
rub your thorax. It is restrained, which is even worse than prone. Yes, it is in fact restrained now. So not only is it prone, but it has disadvantage on all attacks. Everyone has advantage to hit it. It also has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and its speed is 0. So it can't move. It's totally stuck to the ground, but it is going to try and tear itself loose. Is there a certain save DC or
It's a DC 12 strength.
And it does, in fact, rip itself out of the web. And it is your turn, Snorri. Sorry, that was a short-lived web.
Web.
Oh, web.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I think he's gonna see that and go, keep laughing, and just bonk it on the head.
Cool. Go ahead and make your attack.
Advantage, you said?
You do still have advantage, yes. Yes, you do.
That is a 14.
That is its armor class exactly. How much damage do you do with your quarterstaff?
2 damage.
Cool. Yeah, you swing at its head basically, and it's an odd sort of feeling as you sort of it goes through its head, and there's a little bit of resistance, and its head sort of goes to the side a bit, but you don't think you did as much damage as you might normally hitting someone in the head with a quarterstaff. But that's cool. Anything else you want to do?
That worked really well.
Awesome. Aileron, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, is he still down?
He is still prone. Technically, yes, because he...
I'm gonna take advantage of this.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, indeed. Hey-oh.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
That's nice. I thought it might be. Brr, 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 brr. First crit of the night. Well done. So don't forget to
Okay, so that's
double your damage.
Double your fun.
Da-na-na-na-na. Love those commercials. And
30 damage.
30 damages?
What?
You are a crazy animal. You bloody the creature as you basically stab it right in the neck, and its neck just sort of like opens up basically like you've punched right through it, and it stops hissing at that point. As you withdraw your rapier, it's trying to grasp your rapier almost like it's trying to grab it out of your hands. But it definitely looks like it's going to be getting up very soon. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Alaron?
No.
Okay, then it is Durak.
I would just like to keep him down there. I'm gonna shoot another web at him.
Cool.
Why not?
Does that you don't need to recharge that? It just does it every time. Is that right?
It says, yeah, I think it just does it. I can double.
Cool.
check.
No. I believe you. We're good. Go ahead. Make your attack. You have advantage on the attack. He is prone. Yeah, no big deal.
11. Ooh, I got an 11 and 8.
Oh, those are not going to be good enough. As apparently your butt it needs to recharge, your spider butt, and you're not able to shoot out the
That's
amount. Indeed, it is canon. Mark it. You're not able to shoot out enough web to get them stuck as much as you might like to. You're running on empty on that web.
Yeah.
But that's how that goes sometimes.
Eat some more bugs or something.
It stands up, unless you want to do something else, Durak.
No, but I'm gonna like clack my mandibles at him in a threatening sort of
Yeah, that's good because he tries to claw you in the face. And hits an armor class of 17. Does that hit your
That hits.
spider face? You take 5 damage. He also attempts to attack you, Alaron, but you're able to rebuff him with your shield as he sort of falls back. And it's your turn, Snorri.
Cool. Let's see. If I look around, is there any fleece in this room?
Oh my God! Now you're playing D&D. Now you're playing D&D right now. Make a perception check, please.
Oh God, please. 5.
5. You do not see any fleece, but what you do see is you see a blanket that's over a chair that's near you. You see a carpet, and you see a tapestry.
What about my like cute little spider hairs?
Your spider hair's made out of fleece? I don't know. That's who knows? Are you able to communicate that to Snorri somehow?
I have no idea that he's looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And spiders don't talk, so yeah, I don't think that's unfortunately a thing that.
Alright, I'm just over here
sound...
clacking then.
Yes, you are. Mandibles clacking, clack, 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 clack. And so, yeah, Snorri, those are the 3 places that you see that might be fleecy. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna grab one of the blankets. What do I want to do? Can I take one of the blankets and try to throw it over the creature?
Totally.
And shout at the guy and go, "Will you stop this?
Totally.
I just woke up and I don't appreciate this."
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have him make a dexterity saving throw as you throw a blanket over him. He rolls a 9, which is not enough. And yeah, the blanket goes right over the Stone Guardian's head. And it's pushing against it. Its wings are trying to flip it off of it. But it's at this point sort of blind and just sort of confused about what's going on. Alaron, what would you like to do? Blind creatures, you have advantage to hit them, oddly enough.
In this case, I will continue to try to...
Yeah.
Hopefully I can knock him down. 14.
That's his armor class exactly. Well done. How much damage do you do?
9, 11 damage.
11? You do half damage, of course. The creature, as you stab it, as it has this sort of like big blanket on it and it's sort of thrashing around. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to summon up the energy to attack it once more.
Yes, you will. Action surge, baby! And you have advantage on this roll.
That is 16 on the die.
Success.
8, 13, 15 damage.
15 damage. Damn, son. Please describe how you defeat this creature.
Hey.
I slash his hamstring.
Da!
And when he gets down onto one knee, I stab my rapier right through its eye.
Awesome. And it basically falls to the ground. The statue sort of inert now, not moving at all, and sort of crumbles. Basically, it's sort of like falling apart, disintegrating to some degree, turning into dust. Parts of the statue are sort of staying together, like an arm or a part of the face or a part of the beard, but it's basically crumbling before you guys. The red bearded dwarf is just beside himself, and he's like, "What? What? Get out of here! You need to leave! Oh, why are you even here?"
Because we wanted to verify this deed to the Glitter Dark Mines.
Glitter Dark? He's not even here! Glitter Dark's not here!
Where can we find him?
He says to you, if you leave, if you promise to leave, I will tell you.
You have my word.
And he says, hey, and your word too, ghost? He points at you, Snorri.
And he turns and says, that was very mean. I will only leave if you give me a few things.
Make a persuasion check.
12.
Nice. He says, if it means you leaving, what do you want?
I'm curious if you have an owl feather and or a pearl.
He says to you, yes, I can get you an owl feather, if you must have one, but then you all must leave.
Fine.
And you too, tall one?
I'm sorry we couldn't help make you less mad.
Ah!
So you didn't like the laughter.
Yeah, this headmaster, this librarian, he seems to have a very hot temper, and he seems to, be very fiery, and yeah, you're getting the sense that he's not super happy that you guys are here. He might just not be super happy about anything in general.
Some people are like that.
Indeed. So he procures the owl feather for you, Snorri. He gives you a little pouch full of them, in fact, and sort of hands that over to you and says, now get out of here! Go! If you're looking for Glitter Dark... Go ahead.
He's going to stroke his beard before he goes. He goes, thank you.
Okay. And he's like, no!
It turned out the story be like, Snorri, people don't like it when you do that. I learned that the other day.
I know, but it feels so weird on my new hands.
So you could stroke my beard.
Okay.
I lean way down.
He looks at you, the red-bearded dwarf, Headmaster Alzar, and he says, if you're looking for Glitter Dark, he went south to the Glimmer Mine, Glimmer Peak.
But I thought he was Alran. Isn't Glitter Dark in town?
No, he left secretly. No one knows he's gone. Don't tell anyone.
You should stop screaming that.
What?
If it's a secret, how do you know?
Because he told me I was here when it happened. Just leave now. You go.
What was the name that he said?
I'm sorry?
What?
What was the name that he said? What?
He said Glimmer Peak. That Glitter Dark is in Glimmer Peak.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I take my leave.
Okay. Since you seem to really want us to go, we will do that.
Yeah, he is sort of like just beside himself he's looking around at now the dust and debris all over the floor and the books everywhere, and he just is like beside himself. He's like, I'll never get this cleaned.
If that's the real reason he wants to leave, I can offer as recompense to clean up after whatever happened here.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
That's 13.
13. Not bad, but unfortunately not good enough. It says, no, no, just leave. Just go. You've done enough.
What if I said it was 14? Would that make a big difference?
It would not. It would not.
Go on.
As we're leaving, I'll just say, like, Alran, I saw him throwing books too. You know, some people just choose to stay mad.
Yeah, you might be right, Donna. Let's go. We should prepare because we're gonna have to get where the supplies before we head out.
Would you mind if I joined you?
Really? No. I mean, not that I would mind you traveling with us at all. It's just, are you sure you want to endanger your life or have life?
I think I'll be okay. And I don't want to stand there with him.
Snarry, since you're, I don't mean to be rude, but are you dead?
It would appear so. Is this something that Snorri would know or
you definitely know you're not alive.
So just puts his hand through his face.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
If you don't mind me asking a sort of personal question, when now that you're dead, do you know anybody else who's dead?
I mean, I've known plenty of dead people. If you're asking if I've seen any today, no, I have. I mean, aside from that one spirit in the room with us, but
well,
no, this is all news to me.
Well, it's just that I'm looking for somebody, and I think he's dead too. Maybe, but he's also alive, kind of like you.
Interesting.
But I was wondering if maybe you knew him. Maybe you were friends, because I don't know. Maybe that's how it works.
I mean,
for dead people, you all know each other.
Maybe I just don't know. Like I said, this is all new to me, so maybe that is a truth that I have yet to discover.
But do you know somebody named Gedfidek?
What?
You can all make history checks or nature checks, except Duroc, obviously, who knows who he's talking about.
I rolled a 19 on my history.
Nice.
17.
Oh wow! Look at you two. Gedfidek, you both know, is sort of like the best way I can put it is some sort of like primal nature deity or primal nature spirit, but very esoteric. I mean, it's not a name that anyone worships as like a true god. Maybe as some sort of minor deity or more like a vestige of a deity that may have existed in the past but is dead now, something like that.
Why are you looking for Glenfiddich?
I vote we roll with that.
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm out here. I have to find him.
It sounds like a very powerful spirit.
Well, if I find him, then I can go back to my tribe and I will be a great hero.
Well, I can only hope that you succeed in your quest, but I hope that won't distract you from fulfilling what's required for this one.
Oh no, it's I think the idea is that in my wanderings I will come across him.
I see. Well, we should buy supplies if we're going to head out to the Glimmer Peak. Yeah.
And while that conversation's happening, Snorri's sort of floating off to the side, just whispering, Gedfidek, trying to like meditate and manifest this person.
Yeah.
In a way that he has no idea what he's doing.
Hammerfast looks a lot different than how you remember it. There are businesses here. There are homes here. There are many people on the streets. Dwarves, for the most part, walking around. But also you see humans and half-orcs, halflings, some elves rarely. It's there's a lot of people in Hammerfast walking around. You see a lot some people walking by, and no one seems to pay you much mind, Snorri. Like they're not surprised to see you here, or at least see someone like you here, meaning a ghost. And additionally, you see people like talking about how they're about to go to the theater and enjoy like a show that's on, a new show that they really like called Out Damn Spot, that's being premiered. I mean, you're in like a busy sort of town, or city. You get the sense that you're in some sort of what you remember to be sort of nearby the rather the tower of your mentor. But it looks like a lot of these places you're recognizing are temples. Temples have been built here to different gods. You definitely see a temple to Moradin, the god of dwarves. But you also see a god. The sun god is represented here. The god of knowledge is represented here. You also are able to see your master's, or rather your mentor's tower, though it also looks like it has changed dramatically as well. The paint, the roof, things like that. Just the way it's decorated. It does not look like your master's tower or your mentor's tower any longer. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So Snorri, in his closed, ghostly eyes, whispering, trying to figure out if he, in fact, can know every dead person. When he opens his eyes, he sort of looks around and does this like spiral through the air, like looking around. And he's just like, "Wait, where did you say we were? Where is this? How did I get here?"
Aileron, it's Hammer. What's the name of this town again?
Hammerfast?
Hammerfast.
Yeah, that's
yes.
it. That's where we are.
No, that can't be. This is too nice. There's too many things. What?
Well, it's possible
What
I
is-
got the name wrong, but it's the only big town we've gone to, so I'm pretty sure this is Hammerfest.
If I can wager a guess, I would say that you've probably been locked away for a very long time. Hammerfast has been a well-founded city for some time.
And his ghostly jaw sort of hits the floor, and he's like, This is not the Hammerfast that I remember. That was a pile of rubble. My last memory of it.
You have the privilege of seeing the future.
But when you lived here, do you remember any orcs?
And on that, he sort of shivers and like backs away a little bit. Yes, the many. That's honestly all I remember. That's one of the last things I remember.
Well, there was a big fight here, but it was a long time ago. That's history. For us, it's something we learn about. But it sounds like for you, it wasn't history. It sounds I guess you lived through that.
All I saw, and he sort of points in just sort of a haphazard direction. I saw the orcs coming, and I heard their drums, but I saw no fight. I'm sorry. I just don't understand what's happening anymore. You say this is history, but how could it be that I'm here now? How do I know that this isn't an illusion? How do I know that this isn't a test? And he just sort of stammers off incoherently.
Put my hand on Snorri's shoulder.
It sort of goes through it a little bit.
Where his shoulder would be.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to console you in this moment. You're going through an existential crisis, it seems. But since you are sentient and here, you might make the best of it and try to move forward. Maybe you'll make sense of it that way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I need you for something. Would you come with me to the stables?
Oh, are we going to visit the horse?
We are going to visit the horse.
Yes.
People have been asking for the horse on chat, so you're making a lot of people very happy right now. Yeah,
Fan service.
yeah, this is such fan service. You guys make your way through Hammerfast back towards the gate ward. We will go ahead and move our map back to the Hammerfast city map, so you guys can enjoy that. As well as all of you can, dear watchers, dear viewers. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching Secrets of Hammerfast here with me, Burling's Beard, and the crew. We are, come on now, there's a little map here for you guys that I think you might enjoy. And so you guys can definitely see now Hammerfast. We also put a few locations marked on there. We have most recently been near the Lore Spire, but we are now moving closer to the Trade Spire and then away from the Trade Spire to the stables, which you can see if I zoom in very closely. You can sort of see them in this front gate ward section. At any rate, you guys are easily able to make your way back to the stables. The three of you. You haven't seen Kerjack since the last time you parted ways with him, but maybe he met some half-orcs or something like that. You know that he wanted to find some half-orc spirits to talk to and learn their stories. So who knows? But that being said, the three of you are able to make your way back to the stables, and you are there. You see the stables in front of you. There is a very shirtless and debonair horse master, a dwarven stable master who seems to be riding and mastering horses in this general area. He basically leaps from one horse to the other, while his teenage stable boys and dwarven stable hands are taking care of oxen and different draft animals as well as other horses and creatures you might ride. But no wargs, no camels, and no lizards here, as far as you can see.
I'm trying to remember, was that stable master friendly to us last time we were here?
You didn't really talk with him. You just sort of saw him from afar and then snuck into the stable to talk to a horse. And then
people were kind of not, in general, not welcoming of us being in there, right?
Once they found out that you were in there and you didn't belong there, yeah, you were kicked. You were kicked out by a dwarven stable hand. Yeah, that did happen.
So, in the interest of creating a minor but harmless distraction, I'm going to sort of try to get the horses, one of the horses that the stable guy is riding.
Yeah.
And be like, excuse us, we're here on very important business. We need to talk to that lovely horse that's in the stables. I'm sure you know the one I mean. We were in the middle of some unfinished business, and it's imperative that we get back there. Would you mind just taking that person riding you on a little tour somewhere else?
Make
so
it.
we can sneak into the stables unobtrusively. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Make an animal handling check with advantage, please.
That's only a 13.
13's pretty good, and the horse sort of wickers and starts to do exactly that. You get the sense that it's taking some satisfaction out of sort of taking this horse master for a ride, maybe even mastering him for a moment or two. And yeah, the horse master's like, whoa, whoa, as he sort of, the horse sort of, not exactly charges away, but definitely sort of prances away in a direction. Who knew?
I'm gonna be like,
knew?
Oh no! Look, stable person. He's going. Oh, go get him. No.
People are asking what your language is like when you talk to horses, Finley. And I think last time you said Duroc says such things like horse, 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 horse. Like that, right?
No. I think it sounds kind of like, you know the way that horses kind of wicker?
Yes.
I can't make because
Yes.
I don't have...
A horse mouth?
I was about to say, I don't have horse lips, and I don't have horse teeth, but I thought I might be opening myself up.
Yeah, you know. This is a safe space. It's totally cool.
For horse lips.
Exactly, for horse lips. And so you are definitely able to convince this horse to take the horse master for a ride, clearing the way so that you can make your way into the stables if that's something you want to do. You guys get the sense that Snorri could just go through the walls of the stables if that's something that he wanted to do, but he has not done that yet.
That is exactly what I'm going to
I figured that might be what you're doing. As Durak and Alaron, you make your way back to this familiar stable that you know the horse to be in. Snorri, you're coming through the walls, and you're all sort of arrive. Snorri, you actually arrive first. And you can see that this is a beautiful, beautiful mare. It has sort of this ivory coat, a sort of a white ivory sort of coat. Its hair is beautiful and has this sort of like natural crimping in it as it comes down off its head. And you can see that it's has a large, powerful rump and a tail that is exploding from said rump in a beautiful fountain. That's right. That's right. Yeah, soak it in. Soak it in. Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. How can you forget?
I can't survive
How
it.
can you forget? How can you forget?
Like things go in and then they come out.
Ah, they do.
That's
That they do.
that's for
Oh, we love it. We love it. At
I
any
love
rate,
jokes.
we
I love
do.
telling
We
jokes.
like this is a lighthearted stream. Jokes are very appropriate here, especially ass jokes. Very
Mhm.
appropriate.
Mhm.
Donkeys, I mean. And
Yeah.
so,
Donkey jokes.
donkey jokes. That being said, you guys are there. The horse is there. This horse is giving you, Snorri, this doesn't actually even recognize that you're there at first. And then, like, starts and almost jumps like a foot in the air away from you. And is giving you this very panicked looking side eye as you, Durak, and Alaron arrive and sort of see this happening. What would you like to do, Snorri?
uh, apologize profusely. It's a horse. I thought it would be nice. I don't know. I'm sorry. Is this your friend?
Yeah, this is our friend the horse.
The horse. So Snorri like sneaks up and tries to pat and goes, "It's okay, the horse. You'll be okay."
Uh, as you roll up on it, make an animal handling check at disadvantage, please.
13.
Cool. Yeah, you rush up. You rush up. You float up on it, and it looks like you're about to pet it, and it lashes out at you with one of its hooves, and it's gonna hit an armor class of 15, and it will do 3 points of damage to you as it sort of lashes into your midsection with its hoof, and then sort of retracts it as it sort of neighs at you in a very angry way, and it's giving you side eye. And it's Alaron as you come up and you're like, "This is our friend." It gives you a side eye too, like a very consternated, frustrated side eye.
Well then, horse, you may remember us.
It sort of nods.
We are in a position where we need a companion like yourself, and you need to get out of here. Would you be willing to travel with us and hopes maybe find your master with us?
It stomps. It stomps once.
Well then,
Atlaron, you speak horse too?
no, I speak common, and this horse happens to speak.
Yeah, everything you're saying in common, it seems to understand and is definitely answering.
Oh,
So, do you know how to break these locks?
I'm just flabbergasted.
Uh,
Mr. Horse, if you,
it stomps once.
then let's you head out, and we'll cover you. We'll leave together.
It
This
it
horse is smarter than I
it
am.
nods at that. Yeah, Durak, make an insight check.
I'm very confused. 14.
You get the vibe that yeah, you are confused that this horse is exhibiting very non-horse things right now.
I'm also mildly amused that I had an entire conversation with it in horse, and
Yep.
like what I was translating
Yep.
meant there was absolutely cool word.
just so we're very clear, Duroc, this is not normal. Normally, animals do not understand the common tongue. This is not normal.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Well, don't ask me if you want to do a check.
Sure,
Just tell
sure,
me
sure.
what you're doing, and I'll let you know if you need to make a check.
Yes, I would like to. Snorri has sort of retreated up to the corner of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Arms crossed, frustrated that he got kicked, but sees the horse stomping and responding to the common language, and realizes that that's not great, and would like to go through his mental encyclopedia and see if he's ever seen something like this before.
Yeah, I think an Arcana or a History check is definitely appropriate. A Nature check might even be appropriate too. You can choose whichever one you want to roll.
Okay. That is a 17 for History.
Awesome. You get the sense that this creature might be some sort of you think that it is a Fey charger. You think that it is probably is the steed of some sort of Fey knight. It might even be the paladin that might be that its master or its a rider. That being the case, that this steed may in fact have some sort of celestial origin. May be smarter than the average steed. That's about what you're getting. If its master is missing, if its rider is missing or not here, as it seems to be the case, normally you know that Fey Knights often are very tragic stories as part of their history. So this might be some sort of tragic tale. A horse and its rider separated.
So I'll float down, sort of palms out, apologetic, and say to the horse, I'm sorry. I had no idea that you lost your rider. Just look it in the eye.
It sort of nods at that, like it's accepting your apology, like graciously, like the apology is totally warranted and totally it deserves it. Like it has that vibe where it's like the horse obviously knows that it deserves an apology, and now it's nodding magnanimously that you have given it.
Okay, now that we're past that.
We don't have a lot of time. Break the lock.
And it sort of nods its head, turns around so you can see its beautiful ass, and lifts up its legs and smashes both of its legs through the gate. Goosh! And that is where we're going to end for tonight, my friends, as a large crack peels through the stables. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Short and sweet is how we like to keep it on this stream. We will pick up next Wednesday at the same time, same place, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have all of you back. Please let your friends know as well. We'd love to have them. And this will definitely be on YouTube soon, as well as here on Twitch. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you very much. And thank you all Twitch viewers for watching as well. Duroc, Finley, thank you so much for playing. Where can people find you if they want to learn more about Duroc or see this amazing art that you're creating of Duroc's face?
Thanks, Ken. I have been making fan art for myself because I'm a middle school teacher on summer vacation. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that. I'm at infernal_glow. I post RPG stuff. I post about politics sometimes, and also cute animal, doggo related things. Check me out.
We love doggos. Very nice. Thank you. And we love you, Finley. Thank you so much for being on. My pleasure. And Anthony Alleron, thank you so much for being on. Where can people find you if they want to check in on what you're doing?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm at I'll Allow It. Allow spelled with an E at the end. I post my art there periodically and other fun stuff. Check me out.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. And last but not least, thank you so much, Pat, for coming on. We really appreciate you being a guest star. We love Snorri. We'd love to have you back again, maybe in the future. We'll figure that out though. But for now, where can people find you if they'd like to know more about what you're doing?
You can find me on Twitter at Pat Cartelli, and you can also check out my podcast on iTunes. It's called Repeater, a little show about big songs. We talk to funny people about songs that mean a lot to them. And yeah, I'd love to come back. This character is so much fun.
I thought you might like the material thing. Once I started to think more about your character, I was like, oh, he's not going to have any materials on him. This should be interesting. And
That was really frustrating and so much fun.
Yeah, right? Well, hey, those sometimes go hand in hand. And you guys all know me. I am Burling's Beard. Please check out my website of the same name, BERLINGS. You can see all the projects that I am working on. You can even buy a module that I've written on DM's Guild if that's something you're into doing. But for now, we will say adieu to you and you and you as we sign off, and we'll see you guys next week. So thanks everybody again for tuning in, and we'll see you later. Bye, 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 bye.